Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to show you how to capture the audio from the Manycam application. That's right, you just downloaded it. You want to do a screen recording from your desktop and you can't capture the audio, and there's no actually audio support, so you have to finagle it, and the link that they give you in the description in the support page, that application doesn't work with the latest iOS. So without any further ado, let's get started so you can capture that audio, do a screencast, or maybe you want to do a stream and you want to share the audio from your desktop but you don't want to hear it because when it feeds into the mic it'll create an echo effect. All right, so let's get started. This is on the Mac OS, and if you want to know which version we're running about this Mac, it's Sequoia 15.1, if that's any help. And we're using the latest version of Manycam, which is 9.0.0.8, and it should work with any of the latest and earlier versions. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your MIDI setup. It's somewhere, it's in your settings in your application. You can search for it, see the MIDI setup application. Now choose where the audio is coming from. The audio is coming from your desktop, then you'll choose the MacBook Pro speakers. If the audio is coming from your monitor, for me it's my monitor I want to use and fluctuate with the audio. So I'm going to choose that, and that's the S39C. So you just select it so it's highlighted. Okay, as you can see the microphone's working. We've got our mic connected, but that's okay, we're not using it. And a little high, but that's okay, it works. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go here, we're going to go into the add, see the plus button. Now select create new multi-output device, see that? Then this shows up. So we're going to select, remember for output, the audio coming out, we're going to select MacBook Pro speakers, and then we're also going to select the black hole channel 2. Now there's a link in the description. You're going to want to download that plugin. That plugin is going to allow this to work, and it's kind of like the bobber in the sewing machine. It's just going to work its magic. I don't know how it works. It'll just do what it needs to do. So the audio will come out from here, but you won't be able to hear it, and it'll be on the desktop, or vice versa. You might want to hear it. All right. Knowing that, moving forward, capture the audio, okay, from your desktop. All right, so we go there, and remember, download the black hole application because that's the only way you're going to get it to work, and the link is in the description. So we did that. We selected it, highlight it, and then go back down here, and then select create new aggregate device. See that? Now we have a blue one, and we have a gray one. So this one we'll name it, the one that's in blue, we'll call it the S39C, okay? S39C, call it whatever you want. For me, I like it because that's the name of my my monitor. Okay, so you're going to name yours whatever you want. Okay, you could say my pony. All right, and then we have that. But now we're going to add the S39, which is the monitor here that has a speaker, and the MacBook Pro speakers, and what else? We're going to add the black hole 2 channel. Now, after installing the plugin, the black hole 2 channel will show up in there, but then you won't be able to hear the audio. So we're adding multiple outputs. Okay, so now that we did that, now you're going to go into your settings. Okay, and you see we're here in our settings, and you could actually close this window now because we are done. And then right here in your output, right, so you go into sound, and I believe we select just select the multi-output device. And then the other one, when we go into Manycam, we're going to select the S39C out. Okay, knowing that, moving forward, we're going to go see S39C out, and we don't have any audio playing, but what we're going to do is we're going to open up a browser, and then go here, go to play something that's not copywritten, like my channel, How To by Lou. And I guess I can play, you'll see, whoops, you'll see when I press play on something with sound, I'm going to turn the sound off here on the speaker that's there, but it should push to here. Okay, see, voila, kind of neat, huh? So then when you do a recording, okay, so let's say, look, I'm going to record something. I'm going to press record. Okay, and then I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to press play, and then it should play. And I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to press play. And you don't hear it, but the screencast does, and your audience will, because they're going to have it in their output, which is what you want. So now, if I go here, stop the 20-second recording, and then go into my, I'll have to go into the desktop, and then go here, go into movies, and then Manycam. That's where it saves it by default. And then go here, and then I believe if I open this up, watch, you'll see. You hear the music. Just wait for it.
And then it should play.
You heard it?
Stop it. And then I'm going to press play. And you don't hear it, but the screencast does, and your audience will, because they're going to have it.
Kind of neat, huh? The volume's low, but I have it set to low. You set it to whatever you want. Because I have it set low because I don't want my audience to get the audio from the music playing too loud, and then they can't hear me. But that's all that is basically done in your settings. Where is the application here? All that is done. You can do it from here. And you could also adjust it from the source. Like, for example, you'll also have to do it from here. See here, it's really low. Now watch if I turn. So it's you got to finagle both and find that sweet spot. Now watch if I press. I'm going to turn it down from here. And then I'm going to press play. See, the gain levels are higher. And now when I record, I'll do 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. And then press stop. And then now it's still playing in the background. So remember, if you play a clip, make sure it's not still playing. We'll stop it here. And then we're going to go back into the folder. See, it saves it in my recordings. And I believe I forgot to press stop recording. So make sure you stop the recording if you're going to be recording something. It's only 8 seconds long. I paused it, and then the second one stops it. Okay. And then we'll go here. And then now, if I want the sound to come out, actually, I'll put it in the other window so that we can see the gain levels, okay? And I'll bring this here. Might have to close it and then open it again in this window. So we'll move this over here so we can see it as it is playing. So watch. Move it over. And see? Now watch. I'll turn it up.
2, 3, 4, 5.
See, it's louder, but now you hear more of the music than me. So you have, so I'm going to put it back, but you always, with YouTube, you always have to reset, set the volume of the audio that's coming out, because it never saves, because after you're done recording for your audience, sometimes you watch a movie or something or a clip and turn the volume up. So before your show starts, you might want to fix that. I have a habit of forgetting, but hopefully you won't. And that's pretty much it. Kind of neat, huh? And then, you know, when you're done, you could set, when you're done recording or streaming or whatever, you can turn the mic back on so that the experience is going to be for whatever you want. And I'll turn it up. See, even though we still have our gain, but remember, this is, if I turn it up, see, but we still have it there, which is what you want. And that's pretty much it. If your audio isn't syncing, there's another video at the end of this one that'll show you how to get the audio to sync so that your mouth is moving to the sound of your voice. And if it's not, just watch that video, and it's a solution there, and that's done through here too. Similar setup. I don't think I show you how to do it here, but let's say you click on your mic and then you go into settings. My off sync is 490, but in order to get that number, you got to watch the other video at the end of this one to get that solution. But even though we're using another application, as you can see, whoops, I accidentally threw my offset off, but that's okay. I remember the number. Hold on. Just by moving the mouse, be careful. Whoops. The only downside is you cannot, you can't put the numbers in manually. You got to use their scroll thingy. But once you have your number, set it, forget it, write it down, and the formula works across many platforms if you're not streaming from this one. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Kind of neat, huh? I hope this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.